All right, and hello everybody, and welcome back to the Lonely Throne. If you're watching this, then that means that the season finale of our mini campaign has played out. And you know what happens next. Our King's Guards, as they have been sworn, uh, have to now go and locate the king. Uh, there are various reasons why this is necessary, but in accordance to what Yenna has been shown, apparently this is an imperative for the whole of all of Gloria. Now, who is our king? Where are they? How can we find them? Those are questions that the King's Guards are going to have to answer. But before that, well, the entity that they faced and the versions of themselves that they faced off with have sent them back to the cabin where they rested the night before, now equipped with maps that will lead them towards the king. They still find themselves in Nervay with very little money, very little in the way of resources, and having a very large mission ahead of them. So this is gonna play very much like a session zero. This is gonna be a much shorter episode, as this is gonna be the connective tissue between the mini campaign and season one of, well, the mini series was the Lonely Throne, but now that we're here, we can give the campaign its real name. So, welcome to session zero of the Kingsguard. We are going to hop in and check on our characters, see where they're at, see how they're adapting to the major events of the last session, and see how they're going to decide to move forward. So that's enough talking from me. Uh, let's put the camera where it should be, and that's on the players. Also, hi, I'm Noir, but that's not important. Again, let's put it where it belongs, on the characters. So we're going to start with an introduction, and we're going to start with the one, the only, the slightly traumatized Harper. How you doing?
Slightly is such a kind word, Noir. I wonder if maybe you're trying to avoid taking some responsibility there. Hi everyone, I'm Harper. You can find me at Harpersona or at Harpersona Games on most platforms, and I am playing Shosha Sistruris.
All right. And next in line is the lovable and deadly Arabella. So, Arabella, or Darby, rather. I don't know why I went straight to your character name. Uh, Tell us, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Hello, I'm Darby, and I'm playing Arabella Chestnut, or just Arabella Chestnut, because she doesn't need to fake it anymore. Wait, yep, no, I'll
Yeah,
just, yeah, we're just...
I'm not gonna make the joke. We'll leave that to you, chat. So, next in line, or the next King's Guard that we have to introduce is D. So, D, how you feeling?
Oh, hi. I'm D, and I'll be playing the Kingsguard Adezuko. Pleasure.
All right. And last but certainly not least, we have the one, the only Panita. So, how you doing over there?
I'm doing well. Hi, I'm Anita or Panita, and you can find me most places that or at Critical Missives. Today I am playing Yenna Stein, the Azamar, now formerly Warlock, formerly Celestial Patron Warlock. Now Yenna is a Paladin and has undergone some changes.
I think that you all have undergone quite a few changes, and that is a perfect place for us to pick back up where we left off. With our heroes at a cabin, having just woken up after a hard night's fight. So, you wake up, you've got a map in your pocket. You don't know how you got here, but you remember everything that occurred previously. You ache a little bit, but there are no wounds. You're tired, a little stressed, but for the most part, everything is as it was. Shosha, there is no longer a snake slithering about, but there is a curled up green winged lizard on the cabinet in the room that you're lying in. There's the smell of a fire keeping the cabin warm. Who wakes up first, and what do you do?
Uh, a day. Are we map accurate?
You can put yourself wherever you want to be in the cabin, but yeah, it's pretty much.
Okay. I don't think a day is anywhere that he can immediately see his compatriots, and he'll just focus through the helm of telepathy that he wears as like a circlet, and he'll feel the three presences sort of ping through the cabin.
Now you feel four.
Noir, what happens when a day uses his circle of telepathy with my ring?
You feel a gentle knock in your mind.
I'm assuming that will be what rouses Shosha, but she doesn't let her defenses down.
And I would imagine that as a day sort of goes through mentally and like just like nudges, because he's not trying to detect thoughts, so he's just like nudging when he gets to the one that like has like pushback, that like resists the telepathy that he knows he can contact. He'll sort of rub the dark green ring that he now has. Well, I guess we're tougher to kill than they thought. All right, rise and shine.
Yana sits bolt upright and reaches for her mask.
What do you find when you reach?
I find the shattered pieces from where it was smashed on the ground. And then Yana will grab the pieces. And take one of the largest pieces and affix it so that there's a half mask on their face.
Okay. So Yenna is now wearing a half mask. A day here trying to rouse up the rest of the crew. Arabella, what about you?
Um, I guess Arabella will just kind of quietly get up and, I don't know, check her pockets and things for any more missing gold and try and remember like the very last thing that happened before waking up.
So you go to wake up and remember, and you you remember the sight of looking into your reflection, a much sturdier, worn version of yourself. You remember the duel. You remember how effective she moved in combat. And then you kind of snap out of it.
Still with us, princess? Day will sort of walk over to Arabella.
Still here.
Good. I get the feeling that that's more than most of the people who sent us off bargained for.
And I will try to
Yes.
summon the sword. And then remember that it's at her side now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have some things to discuss, all of us.
Well, we're missing one if we're trying to discuss things.
Shosha will slowly sit up, feel on her shoulders for where Healy usually curls, and look toward the dragon on the cabinet.
It gets up, like it wakes up from its sleep and it looks at you.
And I'd like to think to it. Healy? Is that you?
Never been able to talk before. Can you understand me? Mother, you can understand me?
Yes. I extend a hand out to her.
She goes. It's a very weird movement where she slithers off of the cabinet, and you hear her go, "Mother," and then, whoo, oh, and then she's on your shoulder and she nuzzles.
We have work to do, little one.
Okay. Would it be safer if I was like before?
Which do you prefer?
And you feel the nuzzle, and then it becomes snake-like, and you could hear in your head still. I was told I would draw too much attention in public if I were to look like my new form, but whenever you need me, I can. And like it coughs and it goes, "Oh, not like this," and then it takes the form of the pseudo dragon again and goes, and you see little sparks of flames, but they're greenish flames. Did you see what I did, Mother?
I did. Wow. I'm so glad. Oh. I think perhaps your old form for now, dear one, and oh my gosh, I could talk to you all day, but I think my companions might need to speak with me right now.
I believe they do, Mother. There was one. I felt him touch my mind. I think he might have wanted to talk.
I'll turn and I'll look. Did a day enter the room with us?
You
I assume we're all in one
you
room.
still took the only bedroom in the cabin.
That's where I assumed she was. Yeah.
So you're the only one that has the benefit of a door. So you hear a day, rise and shine, everybody. So you have to open up the door and join the group.
So I'll do that. I'll open up the door with Healy and her snake form around my shoulders.
Okay. And now you're all together for the first time since being sworn in.
So,
That wasn't that hard.
I'll. We're all KingsGuard now, I presume.
Curious word, that, isn't it? I was under the impression that one of us would come out king, but
Seems that the
looks
king already exists somewhere.
there's always a catch, isn't there?
Now that you're all in the same room, something very strange happens. When you
I
look
don't like that.
When you look at each other, you see a slight golden shimmer around the outline of each other's forms. And you are keenly aware of the vitality and the condition of your fellow KingsGuard.
That's new.
You
So
cannot
it's new.
you cannot see your own, so that means that you have an idea of how close to the brink of death you are, but you don't know, I'm at 1 hit point versus I'm at 5. However, looking at your fellow Kingsguard, you know on a scale of 1 to whatever their hit points are, where they are. Furthermore, you all notice something very different in a day's aura.
And Ade will actually look at Yenna and say, "You you look different. You look, I don't know, maybe it's the mask, but look like you've been freed of something."
And something you'll notice is that Yenna's hair is also now shock white instead of blonde. Yenna hasn't seen this yet.
Could also be that, but
What? Then Yenna will
Got,
find a mirror.
I mean, it looks good, all things considered. I'm just curious as to when you found the time.
Yenna will lift the sword up and look at the polished reflection.
That is certainly different.
Yes. A gift. A final gift, I think. And this mess up their hair. And I feel new.
You look it.
I don't know if I like it.
Well, new doesn't always mean beneficial now, does it?
Shosha will look at Yenna and say, "It does suit you." Shosha will look over at a day and study him a little bit more closely. What looks different about his aura?
A day has a touch of green in his aura, and it's stemming from 2 spots: the ring on his finger and the earth beneath his feet.
A date, may I? Can I see your hand for a moment?
And a day will, just as daintily as possible, present his hand forward and say, "Well, of course."
Shush will roll her eyes and then examine the ring a bit more closely.
It appears normal. There is. You know what? Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Okay. So you have seen a day's echoes many times, and you know that they're made of a very crystal-like, earthy substance. You notice some of that substance attaching itself to the ring. Very, it's very faint, maybe one or two pieces of gem. But you can see that that material is coming from the ring. And when you're investigating, you also catch a shimmer of green wash through the ring. It looks almost like a trick of the light, but you're looking at the thing close enough to realize that it's emanating from that.
You know, if you stare any harder, I think my hand might detach itself.
Well, that would be quite a trick, but that ring has changed since I gave it to you.
Really?
Do you need an identify, perhaps?
Certainly. Feel free.
I will. Can I cast identify on the ring?
Mm-hmm. Uh, you you cast identify, and your eyes go white, and there is a gust of wind, and you see a blacksmith at a forge. You see him make the ring. You see a woman in a fine black robe with green accents take the ring, and she takes it to an older gentleman. And you see he's casting spell after spell into it, and you see his notes. And as you're watching this happen, you are looking at the notes, and you see that this is a ring of bondage. This is a ring of subservience. Um, it grants protection from poisons. However, anyone who attempts to attack a member of the Susurai uh, are unable. They are automatically under the effect of the sanctuary spell. If that spell is successful, if that spell is successful, they are no longer able to attack a member of that house. However, if someone then draws blood wearing this ring, they are put under the effect of the Gaius spell. And the Gaius spell would entail that the wearer has to spill the blood of 100 enemies of the House of Susurai. This curse, however, has been broken, as it has been given freely and returned freely, which is how the curse was to be broken. And doing so, it has been implemented with new magic that is currently developing. One of the abilities, however, is to join the houses of two enemies. And there is an effect of poison, but you're not exactly sure what it is. This would require further research, and this would require the legend lore spell in order to find exactly what the true capacity of this ring is. but because it was a minor artifact created, it is still a minor artifact, and it has become almost a magic item of its own. Of its of its, it's becoming something. It's absorbing the environment around it to decide what it wants to be.
When you say absorbing the environment around it, does that mean the literal environment, or
Yes.
does that mean so it doesn't mean just like the aura of the space it's in?
It means it's absorbing the emotion. It means it's absorbing the air, the water, everything around it, and deciding what it's going to become. It's already had an effect on a day, because that is what it's drawing from most potently. If a day takes the ring off, it just becomes a ring. But the longer
It's not
he
going
keeps,
to,
the longer he keeps it on, the more it will bond to him.
but it won't negatively affect him if he keeps it on. It's not like drawing from the environment in a way that
That's
powers itself.
No.
Okay, cool.
This has become, in just to step out of game for a moment, this has become a legacy item. This is something that used to exist in 3.5. This item will level with a day as he levels, and it will gain abilities specific to him.
You have picked up quite the interesting item here. Shosha, your family is devious.
Am I going to turn into a snake?
No, but if the curse hadn't been broken, which it already has been, if you had attempted to attack Shosha or any member of the Sisteroi family, you would have been under the effect of Sanctuary, and if you had somehow managed to draw blood, you would have been put under the Gaze spell, and had to draw the blood of 100 enemies of the House of Sisteroi. However, that curse is gone, and I suggest keeping this ring on you all the time. It's growing with you.
It is quite a look. And I'll cast a gaze over to Shosha. Ingenious design.
I assure you it wasn't my idea. I only knew what protections it offered.
Also, it still gives you protection. It still gives you resistance to poison.
It still gives you resistance to poison.
I only knew what protection it could offer you. I didn't know it could do more. I deeply apologize. I would never want to force you to do anything against your will.
The apology is not necessary. It was a gift. I'm choosing to keep it on. It takes a lot of wealth to get onto these fingers. Don't just wear rings willy-nilly. We're all particularly chosen. I think this is a good addition.
Well, we are known for our aesthetics.
Yes.
Uh,
Just don't get too jealous if I end up wearing it better than you.
Oh my dear, I've already got the only piece of jewelry I could ever need. I suppose that everyone has grown a bit. Darling, can you show them what you showed me? And I'll hold out my hand for Helia to slither onto.
Should I talk to them, Mother?
I don't know, can you?
And everyone in your head hears, well, hello, I'm Healy. Oh, right.
So that was the fourth one.
Hello.
Hello.
Do I know what creature this is?
You have heard if this would be like seeing a this would be like if a D&D nerd saw a mimic in real life. You wouldn't know what it is, but it's very strange that it's actually here. Like that's not supposed to be a real thing. Like dragons of any type don't exist.
This is incredible. We are.
She's like a smaller version of the one that we saw.
Something like that.
But a day, she said you wanted to talk to her.
I did a little prodding around just to make sure that we were all still here, and I noticed fourth presence, but this makes sense.
Hello.
Hello there.
Oh,
Wonders never cease.
Oh, I like you. And you see that Healy flies on your shoulder. It just kind of nuzzles.
Kiki.
Onto my shoulder or Yenna's?
Onto a daze.
And Ade will sort of reach up and scritch and say, most people do. I am hungry. Who wants something to eat?
I could do with a bite, I suppose.
Yes, please.
And I think we should. Oh,
get started on that. I'll be back in a... And Yenna's just going to leave the cabin.
okay.
Okay, and the camera follows.
And Yenna's going to go back out to the edge of the dock where she stood before and did the scrying spell. But Kent can no longer do it.
Yep.
Instead, she's just going to stand there and she's just going to look at the reflection in the sword. There's an oath I took. Not to the king. I promised nothing to the king, but I promised everything to the world. What does that even mean? I'm just going to look out on the ocean.
You just see the vast ocean, still, quiet. You do feel two hands on your shoulders. But you look back and see nothing. But there's still a pressure coming from your back.
Are you still here? I don't know what path to walk. If you're at my back, push me in the right direction.
And you are pushed off the dock.
Motherfucker.
And as you fall, the water splits, and you find yourself falling and falling and falling and falling until you find yourself standing at the bottom of the ocean, caught just feet before you smack and hit the center of the world. But you're not caught on water. You're not caught on anything. In fact, you look back and you see golden wings emerging from your back, grabbing the water and slowing you down as you fall. The water clashes overhead, but there's a dome of air, and the water moves as you move.
And I feel the pressure on my back pushing still.
Nope. But you do feel this. Generally, when you pop your wings, it takes something out of you. It's an exercise. It's stretching a muscle, but it's very natural here. Does it take any effort at all? Your sword begins to glow.
I'll hold it up.
In a hallway of water emerges.
I'll walk down the hallway.
And as you walk to your side, you see sunken ships, skeletons floating, men and women forever lost to the sea. And then you see a feminine figure sitting on a rock, surrounded by water. And when you get there, you see that she is made up of stones and seaweed, and her eyes are made of pearl. She's pitch black, but her seaweed hair floats up.
Hello?
I truly hope that you don't intend to have every answer given to you so easily.
No, I never do.
That's right.
If life has taught me anything, is that these things aren't ever easy.
She still talks to you with her back to you and her hair floating. You know what you must do. You must find my chosen to rule my people. The one made of sea and stars.
The covenant to protect the king.
So you know. So why do you ask?
I was also told to awaken Gloria.
And here I am.
Deep below the sea.
I am the air you breathe, the ground you walk, the sea. You hear me in whispers if you listen. But you would have me talk.
I'd have you sing.
I did not have you brought here for me to sing. I did not tear a hole in the heavens to find one who would raise you to sing. I did not whisper the words of war into the ears of men and stone and snake and mind for me to sing.
Then what?
I sent you to the one of sea and stars because he is in danger. You are in danger. Your gods are in danger. I am in danger.
Then we find the man of sea and stars, the man who is to become king.
Yes. But you will need a ship.
Huh.
A child of mine from the second age left behind a vessel. I wonder if you and the KingsGuard could free it and let it fly again. It is the harsh verdict your books barely will remember. You will find it where the mother of spiders rests. I will not speak again, and I've no intention of singing.
Apologize. I've never spoken to a world before.
You have. You have cried in the rain. I have seen it. You have prayed in the wind, and you have begged in storms. You have spoken to me, and I have spoken back. This is just easier for you to listen to. Perhaps you should listen to me when I am not so easily understood.
If my oath is to you,
It is.
then I pray for the ears to listen and the heart to understand.
Hold your breath. And you are gently taken back up. And then you find yourself just floating to the top by the dock.
I'll swim back to shore. And I'll walk back to the cabin soaking wet.
And while that was going on, what were our KingsGuard doing with the sudden absence of their angel friend?
Probably corralling like some more rabbits and root vegetables all around to start making food. A day also does not actually know how to cook. Every time he goes to pull something to harvest it, he looks at the woman who follows him around and goes, this one?" Like he doesn't say it obviously because he'd seem like he's lost it, but he's
Give
just
me
like,
a wisdom
this one?
save.
Wunderbar.
And also give me a survival check.
Okay. I am bad at both of those. Survival check up first. That's 3.
Okay.
And then wisdom save. That's an 18.
Okay. So as you're struggling mightily
Yep.
to
Yep.
get food for everyone, Shosha, you just hear from Healy. And then Healy goes, Mother, I don't think that he's having very much luck finding food. Would you like me to scout?
Yes, darling, that would be nice.
Okay.
A day.
Hmm?
Don't worry about it. Healy will find something for us. I don't imagine you have much more skill in the kitchen than I do.
First of all, I take great offense to that. My meals are known wide and large throughout my entire former battalion.
I'd like to
Not-
insight check.
Well, they're not known for being good, but they are known.
As
I'd
I
love to-
said, I do not think you have much more skill than I do.
I was talented at everything. What would the rest of you do, I guess?
Jesus Christ, Healy. All right, so
Wow! Healy
so Healy takes the
Baller!
And then you hear, while Healy's still in the sky, as if Healy is still on your shoulder, Mother, I see. I believe it's called an M in the distance. Is that it? An M? Is that what you people? No, an N. Yes, I see an N. There appears to be food. Should I steal some food?
No, dearest. I think that will be all right. Why don't you wait just one moment and I will turn to my two companions and I will say, Healy has found an inn not too far away.
Question, Noir.
Mhm.
Would I notice when another consciousness comes within 30 feet of us?
You can, but you have to actively be doing it.
Okay, valid. I'll do, just since a day's not doing anything anymore, I'll just do like a ping to see if Yen is around.
At this time, no.
And in, well, I guess we've managed to avoid most of Nervaean culture for long enough. Should probably go meet up with some locals.
As fun as that possibly sounds, I don't know if that's the wisest course of action. After all, we're still not technically supposed to be here, and I look around at our little group and I say, none of us are particularly incognito.
No.
You don't
And-
have to be incognito when no one cares that you're around.
I think also we before we venture into civilization, there's some things that we should discuss about things happening back home.
I mean, I wanted to wait till Yenna returned, but I've had some.
Yes, with Yana, of course. But before we venture into an inn, I'm thinking we may need to solidify a story, a plan, and share some information.
I agree. I had some concerning. I
Also-
guess they were visions.
Also, yeah, what happened after we walked in and I was immediately swept away into a different space?
Well, I'll send out a mental ping for Healy to come back.
You do hear, wee. Oh, okay, Mother.
What a bean!
Oh, Noir, I can't even be mad at you. I thought you'd killed her. I'm so happy. Oh, I thought this was going to be a
She's
different
such a
creature
little-
entirely. Oh, I'm so happy Healy's here.
No, I just gave her the ability to talk.
I'm so happy.
She's such a noodle.
Well, if I remember correctly, after you disappeared, Yena walked into a blazing inferno to her certain doom. Shosha walked into a pit of poison to her certain doom. And I'm not entirely sure that I left the sandpit yet and that this is in some odd form of purgatory, but I'm going to assume that I walked towards the spinning orb in the center.
Question for Noir. When you said that a day saw all of us in the arena,
Mm-hmm.
could we also see him? Okay,
That
just
wasn't
checking.
actually us. That
Yeah.
was like
It was just illusion. Just checking.
Okay.
Okay. Um,
glowing orb, huh?
yes.
Couple different ones, yes.
Well, I only saw mine, but that would be why a day is wearing the ring.
Huh. Okay. Well, I guess we could talk more
We should
when
wait
Yenna
for
is back.
Yenna.
And
I
Yes.
think that it's important we hear.
it's around
Her
that
story.
point you all see a cyclone start to form in the water by the dock. It's almost as if somebody pulled the plug on the ocean and in one spot of the sea water just isn't.
What's that?
I'm going to assume that that has something to do with Yena. She usually gets the weird nature stuff.
Should
that
we wait
sounds
here?
right.
We'll just wait. I could just cast Ascending just to see what's up.
Tell you what, I'll send a message. I'll say, Healy, darling,
Yes.
could you take a look at what's going on with the ocean over there?
I'm sorry, Mother, I cannot.
Why?
I was told not to.
By whom?
I don't know.
Is someone else speaking to you,
Yes.
but you don't know who?
Correct.
Are they a friend?
I don't know.
How far off the dock is the
About 10 feet.
10 feet?
Mm-hmm.
10 feet. So if I took like a running jump,
You can get there.
I'd be able.
You can jump into it.
A day will walk over to the edge of the dock and just go, so there's an inn a bit further that way. If you wanted to, like, wrap this up with the weird water thing, I don't know if that's part of the new sword or...
So just swirling water.
Yep.
I'm like fairly certain that's her.
I can take a jump down.
10 feet.
I also don't need to breathe water. I don't need to breathe air.
Shosha will stop breathing for a second
Mm-hmm.
and realize that she doesn't have to breathe anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What?
What? I think that
Excuse me? When did this happen?
I will look to the ring a little shocked.
We are immortal guardians for a reason.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
Right.
Take a dive.
Tell you what, I will reach out for a day's hand,
Take it.
and I will I'll reach out for Arabella's as well if she'll take it.
I can cast Featherfall on us.
That's Lovely, but not what I had planned, actually.
All right. Take your hand.
And I will cast Fly on the three of us.
Okay.
And it's a 5th level spell slot, so it will affect 3 creatures.
Yep.
So all 3 of us are now under the effect of the Fly spell.
Cool. Mother, you can fly too?
Not as gracefully as you, dear.
Oh. It just nuzzles.
Take the plunge.
Day, can you breathe underwater?
Not for very long. I also don't like water in general, so
Yeah.
I
Well,
think I'll
keep Healy company, would you? And if for some reason you stop being able to fly,
take that as a bad sign.
yes.
Before they jump off, within 30 feet, am I getting a ping of Yenna through my helm of telepathy?
Nope.
Bottom of the ocean's deep.
Yeah.
I misunderstood what this I thought it was like a vortex with like a hole down the middle, by the way. Is that what I thought this was?
Yeah,
It
that
is.
is what it is.
Oh, so it's a hole of air that goes straight down? Oh, okay, that's what I thought it was.
I mean, you
Never
don't
mind.
know how far that's true is the thing.
Okay. I'll
Shall
look
we?
at Arabella. Let's fly into the swirling vortex of water.
And as you start to fly in that direction, 2 strikes of lightning blast right in front of you.
Not hitting us though?
There, it doesn't hit you.
Interesting.
I'm not usually one for signs, but that felt like a sign.
I have a feeling that perhaps we should wait for Yenna on the ground. Back at the cabin.
And literally, as soon as you say that, the gray clouds that drop those bolts of lightning disperse.
I think that might have been the right answer.
Okay. I will
think-
grant that I am used to talking to beings that others cannot see, but I am used to them communicating with me in words, not in forces of nature. I am not Yenna.
I think the entity, or what we have, I'm going to guess, pledged ourselves to, might not speak in so many words.
And as you're talking, the vortex collapses. And it's just still water. And then you hear as submerges from the top.
Ah!
Does
Hello.
does she still have her wings?
Yep.
Okay.
Wings.
Those are
New?
new.
Need a hand?
And Yenna will swim to shore.
I mean, you could very easily fly to shore if you like to.
Shosha will, like, if she's
Yeah,
flying above the water, will extend her hand down to
It's
Yenna.
kind of like when any
hands up.
other bird than a duck gets stuck in the
Yeah,
water.
it's like love. Arabella and Shosha, we can stick our hands out.
Yeah, guide you back. We'll
Alright.
tow Yenna back to shore.
All right.
Yenna's I'm a fairly strong swimmer. I could probably make it to shore, but thank you for the
Save you the energy.
assistance nonetheless.
You look like you've had a bit of a time, so why don't you just let us help?
No, I where the Spider Queen rests.
The
A ship called the Harsh Verdict.
I'm sorry, the Spider Queen?
Harsh
Yes. Where the Spider Queen rests, a ship called the Harsh Verdict. It's how we're to find The man of sea and stars. The man who will be king.
Ah.
Okay. A day. Yenna
Uh,
has news.
While they're gone, I would like to talk to Healy.
Absolutely.
Um,
One a little familiar.
so Healy,
Mm-hmm.
you've been with Shosha for quite some time, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Do you know there's a common thread with Shishturai for being renowned strategists. Does she ever throw ideas back and forth with you?
She doesn't talk to me. Well, she talks to me, but not about her ideas. We just have conversations about her day and how she's doing and things like that.
Yes. And I'll present my ring of mind shielding, which I'm assuming, like Shosha's, does not look like a ring of mind shielding,
Mhm.
and say, "Do you ever notice her talking to a piece of jewelry, like my circlet or a ring or something like that?"
Well, I can't tell you that.
And I think you just did, little one. And I'll scratch under the chin and see that I'm being beckoned and say, "Ah, there she is.
Mother, I'm
Did you
sorry. I
enjoy your
told him about the
swim?"
necklace.
Cheeky.
Noir, what necklace?
Healy's not that stupid.
He's not that stupid.
Misdirection.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Just I'm checking because I didn't know if Noir misspoke.
Nope.
Cool.
Did you enjoy your swim?
Not insofar as. It was a long ways down.
Would you get down here and help pull them out, please?
You two look like you've got it handled. White hair and golden wings. You are just a regular caterpillar turning into a butterfly, aren't you?
Doesn't quite feel like it. Oh,
There's nothing enjoyable about sprouting new limbs. It's painful but necessary.
Have you sprouted new limbs before?
Kind of.
Honestly, what
Um,
even is the point of having someone so muscly along?
Uh,
Anyway.
We have things to talk about. Also, do I know of the Spider Queen or...
Roll me a history check.
Same question.
Yeah.
I'd love to historize.
All right, everybody, go ahead and roll me a history check.
hey, I actually have proficiency in history now.
23!
I think we all have proficiency in history, if I'm not mistaken.
Yay, paladins. Yeah, those look like proficiency scores.
You have heard of a very old entity named Anansi. And Anansi would choose champions to represent their will on Gloria. The story of the Spider Queen is that she was one of his favorites, one of his best. Something with the 23, you wouldn't understand that something happened to her. And it cost Anansi everything. And from whatever conflict ensued, what was left standing was someone known as the White Witch.
Pleasant. And the verdict? The
That's a separate check.
I can roll again.
Go ahead. You know that the harsh verdict. Oh,
Oh, mama! That's the first natural 20 on this side.
okay. So
That's
with the
better.
21, you get that it is part of some old folklore from some part of the world. You don't know. But Sosha, you hear the words, the harsh verdict, and make me a wisdom save.
Lovely.
Does Paladin... Does she get...
Okay, you fail.
Uh-oh.
And your eyes go white. And you see the Legion destroyed. And you see the castle of Cross on fire. And you feel in your heart that you failed to protect your king. You wander Gloria for years. Decades. Centuries. Unable to die. And every day living in that failure. And then you see a man, massive, and you see a ship in the sky, a pirate ship that sails through the skies. You could wallow forever. You can live in your failure forever. Or you can join my crew. I will give you countless traitors, countless murderers, countless monsters to destroy. Say the words, and you sail with me, and we will deliver justice in the name of Saint Cuthbert forever. And you're back. And you're muted.
Yenna, this ship, the verdict, would it by chance be a flying ship?
Flying ship from the Second Age.
Yeah, about that. We really need to have a conversation about what happened.
Yeah. To the inn, maybe for food first. Was I hearing something about an inn? Did someone say that?
I think perhaps we should talk first.
A little quiet.
I think I agree with Arabella. We should talk
in the cabin first and then go get a hot meal. Swimming, you get very hungry afterwards.
And Shosha will look down at her stomach and realize that she hasn't eaten in a whole day and doesn't feel any hunger. That's a new one. Okay.
Full of interesting puzzles.
Also, I have a cat.
A cat just appears in Yuna's hand. All right. So you're all going back to the cabin to work this out?
Mm-hmm.
That's the plan.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you're in the cabin. Fire crackling, knocking off the chill that Shosha doesn't really feel. And what are you all doing?
All right, you two.
Yenna's
you
drying
keep
off her
talking
clothes
about this
by the fire.
conversation you want to have.
Can I cast prestidigitation to try and dry off?
I mean, I could
clothes?
do that too, but one by the fire.
Well, I suppose I can start. This ring contains my many greats-grandfather. His name is Solus. And for much of the past day, if it even happened, I have seen his memories as though through his eyes. And I believe that he may be able to help us because he seems to know quite a lot about this whole KingsGuard business and this flying ship we need to find.
There was an oath. Did anyone else? We swore oaths. Yes.
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 Your oath was to the king, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. My oath was not to the king. Go. Be gone with you. The oath I swore was to Gloria, the world. I've always talked to beings in dreams, otherworldly entities. Yariel was the first, the only fatherly love I knew. But now I find myself talking to personifications of the land, the sea, and the sky itself. To be honest, I much preferred the dreams. At least I felt somewhat peaceful. But she gave me a mission. She gave me a purpose. A ship with which we can use to find the king. And a new sword. And some wings. And musser hair. All for a broken mask. And a promise.
Well, Arabella, any soul bearing secrets that you've come to a conclusion on recently?
Well, uh, my sister murdered our entire family,
Oh, well, that's fun.
and whatever entity was inside that castle brought them back. And something of note. Well, I'm not sure where they went, although I suppose I should check in on them. My sister married into another family. Arabella will look at Yenna. Okay. There are three noble families in Stoneheart.
Should probably
Possibly
check in with home again.
possibly two very soon.
I'm concerned about that at the moment, actually.
Likewise.
Yes, that's not great. That seems
It's
like
not.
the kind of thing that would start other things.
Also,
I'm
apparently, I swear my oath to the people and to the king to be his. Correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a little while. His heart? Right? To be. I could not hear what if you just said.
Sorry, you were to be his mind.
His mind. I was sworn to be his mind. To guide. I simply saw visions of the people who were asking for democracy.
Make a good voice of the people.
I suppose.
I saw something different. Something that I once might have wanted and now I fear. And I am concerned as to what my mother may do if I do not return. And I'm concerned as to what the rest of my people may do if the rest of you return.
Shall I try to reach out to Lydia then? Do you think?
Ajay, what did you see anything?
Nothing of consequence. I I swore an oath to be the shield of the king. But everything else, it was all smoke and mirrors.
And I swore, I believe, Noir, correct me if I'm wrong, I swore to be his reason and his logic.
You say smoke and mirrors, and yet there's a dragon. A baby dragon.
Isn't that curious? But I am not.
You say smoke and mirrors, and yet holds the sword. And
Well, I mean, smoke and mirrors on my part. I'm not. You're all magic users. It is unsurprising that you would get such esoteric and fantastical gifts, but I'm a bit on the simpler kind of stylings.
A day.
Hmm.
I can only assume that you see the rest of us with the same golden aura that I see with you.
Yes, I thought that sparkle was exclusive to you three, but apparently I shimmer as well now.
Yes, and if I may say, Ade, not to be rude, but green, not really your color.
Yes, certainly not. It would clash with the black and the orange. It's be terrible.
Well, I do have to inform you that in addition to that gold, you do have a little bit of green, and I think it's coming from that. And I'll point at Ade's ring.
Okay.
Hmm. Suppose that makes sense. Why couldn't you pick better colors?
We have a certain aesthetic.
To say the least. But I mean, uh, it's a great thought, but I've never really been too entrenched in the magical, the sort of you know, dreams, visions, all that sort of stuff has never really been applicable to me.
Well, that ring of yours might change things.
So aren't you the man that makes your shadows work for you?
Yes, but that is tradition more than it's unique to me.
Ade,
Hmm.
what happened after we parted ways in Sunken Castle? To you?
The day will sort of look past all of you to the woman who's standing, sort of arms crossed, looking expectantly. I made my way to my door and proceeded through. It was a sand trap or something that I had to traverse, nothing too difficult.
That's it?
Apologies if it's not an entertaining story. I'd love to
And
spin
the
you a
vision?
more convincing one. The vision was interesting but misguided. I believe that water elemental friend uh, thinks he knows things that he does not.
Can I insight check? Ade?
Same.
Yeah. Actually, no. Here's what we're gonna do
Cool.
instead. Sorry. A day. Roll me a deception check, and let's see if you beat their passive insight.
Fifteen.
Nope.
What's your passive insight, Shosha?
12.
What's your passive insight, uh, Arabella? Arabella?
We couldn't hear that for some reason, Darb.
What? No, 21.
You're here
I
now.
said it's 21.
Okay. And what's your passive insight, Yena?
Like 11. It's
Oh,
not very
I have
high.
I have a question, Noir.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Does Healy have a passive insight?
Yes. You should be able to see it on his character sheet in your.
Oh shit, new character. Who this? It's 16 now.
Oh, hey, there you go.
What?
Okay, so yeah, if your passive insight beats that deception, you can tell that there's some things. A day's not being straightforward with you, and you can feel it.
You know, in my oath, I swore to honesty to all things, which is why, if you haven't noticed, I'm not talking with the old Arabella Chestnut voice anymore.
That old chestnut.
That old chestnut. It's not me. And I think if we are to continue to work together as guards, a little more honesty or a little better lying would be in order.
Well, I do have to say that I haven't exactly been lying. It's I've given you all the pertinent information. I made my way to the orb. The illusion took hold. I dealt with it and found you all again. What more is there to know?
Omission isn't a lie, but I suppose it will have to do for now.
Yes. Seems we all were given different roles to play.
I'm certain when you're ready, you'll tell us.
Just think that there's more to tell.
I'm sure there is, but for now, my stomach growls.
Zuko opening it up would be a sight to see for sure.
Some say it's like moving a boulder uphill. I believe it's the saying people have for us.
Not an anything to ask.
Stories. Or you had
No,
something
go
else. I was just going to say we should probably... I can contact Lydia and see what's happening back home, but I'm imagining we have these passes. We can pass as Nervais citizens.
I will remind you, you're all still under the effect of the fly spell. You can move and talk.
Yeah, it's only 10 minutes.
Oh, never mind. I don't know why. I thought it was an hour.
Nah. We can pass as Nervais civilians, I suppose. Not really civilians.
What currency we have has also been changed over, I suppose.
Yes, and that gentleman took 10 of my gold. So,
Really?
yep.
And a day will fish around in his pack because his pack was left heavier, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes.
And go, I wonder why he gave me extra. And I'll hand Arabella her 10 gold back.
Oh! Lovely.
I will
Thank
say,
you.
I will look at them and say, not that, and this is a new development for me, not that I think that I will need to eat, sleep. I'm not really sure. Something happened to me in there. But I didn't bring funds on this trip. That why would I leave gold on a corpse? And without the sister's name, I don't have anything to trade on.
Well, I'll spot you for now, I suppose. With what I have.
Thank you.
Yes, it must be a new concept for you to have people care enough to do things for you without you forcing them to.
I assure you, Aday, I've never forced anyone to do anything they don't want to do.
That's what they always say. Then you find yourself at the bottom of a sand pit, grappling with a rhino. All right. Shall we make our way?
Sure. Can I cast Sending to Lydia?
Okay. You cast Sending to Lydia.
Hello, Lydia. We survived. Would like to inquire to the state of affairs back home. What has happened? What of my sister? Hope all is well.
So you say the words, you cast a spell, and you send it off. And there's no response.
Can I cast Sending to one of my siblings?
Sure.
I would like to send it to my oldest brother, Vince,
Mm-hmm.
Vincent,
Okay.
as he's now named. Hello, Vincent. It's Arabella. Checking in on where you are and if you're safe. Please let me know. Lots of love, Arabella. Send.
Hi, hello, Arabella. Uh, are you okay? Do you know what's going on? Everything is so strange. I remember Mirabelle. She, uh, I I think we're in the Vale. I don't I don't know how he got here. And then the message cuts off.
Oh, fudge. Where is the Vale again?
The Vale is another continent. It is
Another-
heavily ruled by high elves and creatures of the forest that do not particularly enjoy the company of humans, elves, dwarves, that kind of thing.
Cool. Cool beans. Coolio.
Is it cool?
No! I may be smiling, but I am fucking furious.
Okay.
Cast sending again,
Okay.
Vincent.
Yes.
What? Wait,
I'm sorry.
Vincent? What did Mirabelle do? Who are you with? If with Siveril, he can keep you safe. You can reply in 25 words or less.
Mirabelle let him in. This. I don't know. He was with armed men. I think I heard the name Oshel.
Is that the end of the message?
Mm-hmm.
God, can I cast sending to Siveril?
Yeah.
Siveril, hope you're well. Are you with my family? Do you know what happened with Mirabelle's plan? Hope you're safe. Lots of love.
Arabella, I told you not to message me. You put me at risk when you. I knew you'd reach out for him.
Fucker! Is it Mirabelle? I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill her. Who is it?
That's where he is. And the others are alive still? Unfortunate. Never send a sister eye to do a chestnut's job.
That was Mirabelle, huh? Well, we've had some developments.
Arabella, I thought you weren't going to use that
Sorry.
voice anymore.
Habit. Lydia did not respond. I can try casting again, but I got nothing. My family may be in the Vale, and my sister may have used your family to eliminate mine. And
What do you
Oshal
mean?
was let into the house of my eldest brother, armed. And my sister just ended her lovely message that she interrupted to my tutor. Never send a sisteress to do a chestnut's job.
Oh, that's something I would say. Yikes.
Does she know where we are?
I don't know.
All know
I-
that we are in Norway at the very least.
You know, Arabella, I wouldn't waste my poison on your sister.
I think we all have a bit. I think Mirabelle is going to be a great bonding exercise for all of us.
What else did you hear about Oshal? Is he all right?
I don't know. I merely that all I know is the name Oshal, and that my brother said that he heard the name as my sister let a series of armed men in. A relative.
Oshal is an idiot, but he's a good man and not the type to orchestrate this kind of thing on his own.
Anyone in your family who would? Maybe a silly question.
If my mother were to go about eliminating your house, she would do it on her own terms, not on your sister's. And Oshal, my brother is headstrong, but he is a good warrior, one of our best. And good enough even to rival Azuko, I would say. So if somehow he was convinced or tricked into leading an attack on your family, well, from your family's reputation, I'm shocked that they're still alive.
Well, it's less of they're still alive and more that whatever entity was in that castle brought them back. And I think I may have put them in danger in trying to reach out to them. Do I know how Mirabelle interrupted my message, my sending?
Mirabelle never really had much of the same talent that you did in terms of accessing the Blade Song, but there is one school of magic that she was always exceptionally talented at, and that was divination.
Which?
Speaking of which, can I have everybody make me a perception check?
Oh, boy.
Oh, hey, wait. DM.
Mm-hmm.
I get a good luck card from earlier when I rolled that nat 20, right?
Yes, you did. Your good luck card. I have it here. Oh wait, no, you have it currently. So you.
Oh no, that's from last session.
Oh right.
Yes,
You
because
rolled
she got the
you rolled the
history,
D20. You rolled the nat
I
20
did.
today.
I did.
Okay, so let's see what the card is first. And the card is Wait, hold on. No, I'm not supposed to see what the card is. Duh. You're supposed to surprise me with it. So sorry. I'm gonna fix that.
I just want to know if I want to surprise you with it before this perception check is over, if it's relevant. That's all.
Yeah, you're about to find out. You're about to find out. I completely spaced on that, so thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna.
That is okay.
Well, I just want to recall. Okay, come on, dude. Just let me get rid of this fucking card. All right. Well, I didn't read the card yet, so I'm just gonna give it to you.
Okay,
There you go.
that's fine.
Right?
I can't believe this. I might still sell my
Did I
wand.
really get the 2? I got the same card twice.
Are you serious?
I'm
What?
serious.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
and I
if you
don't know if it would be beneficial here or not.
if you want to use it, all you have to do is drag the card and put it on the map.
Well, I don't know if it would count in this circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll try. Like, if it doesn't work, can I keep it?
If you use it, you use it. You use it, you lose it.
I just don't know by the language of the card if it works on a skill check, Noir.
What is this? What kind of checks does it say?
It doesn't say anything about a check. It just says, any manner of lucky happenstance.
I'll allow it. Let's see what it is.
Cool.
All right, so let's see. To a circumstance, this may manifest itself in many ways, including but not limited to double the loot reward, finding a door or chest unlocked, coming across a broken trap, bumping into someone you were looking for, or any manner of lucky happenstance that helps you during your adventure. Okay.
Here, can you lucky happenstance your way into like a sack of 500 gold?
A lucky happenstance of I happen to notice whatever it is that you're about to throw at us. Because Shosh is not usually that observant.
This one looks disappointed.
Oh, also, wait, I should have rolled perception for Healy as well. I have to remember to do that. Hold on.
This one looks a little salty.
I also rolled perception for Healy, but she did not do well.
Roll me an arcade check.
I'm good at that.
Oh,
I'm excited.
I know what she's doing! Ah!
Oh, of course I'm good at it and I rolled terrible. Oh.
I know it. Wait, I know what the fuck is up. I know what is up. Hold the phone.
Yeah.
You notice a shimmer in the room, and it passes, but you can tell that the weave is being used around you. For what purpose, you do not know, but there is magic occurring in this room right now.
Arabella, does your sister practice the same kind of magic you do, or different?
Is there something here? Can I look around?
Something's happening.
I'd like to use counterspell. At 4th level.
You hear in your ear as somebody casts sending to you. I'm going to fucking kill you, just like I killed every person that ever treated you with just a bit of kindness. I am going to gut you, you fucking... And then it cuts off.
Was that my sister?
Mm-hmm.
As if she could.
Is it? I was going to say, if it's instantaneous, I would say, Arabella, if you happen to speak with your sister, tell her to keep her fucking hands off my family.
I worry that telling her that might incentivize her to grip all the stronger. Have I ever met any of the Sister Eye family before?
Just in passing, formal meetings. You did your act, hello everybody, and they
Chestnut.
They met you with indifference.
Arabella, you misunderstand. It's not a warning. It's a death sentence.
She doesn't seem to care, but I can send to her. Although would like to take perhaps a little break from doing so because I've a little tapped out, as it were.
That's
Perhaps,
fine.
At the end, perhaps we can take
perhaps
a
a
break.
place to stay,
Mm-hmm.
a warm bed.
So, for the purposes we're four friends traveling together.
I think we could masquerade as that well enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at a day.
Perhaps an adventuring party. There are those about. Yes.
I think that would work since we have our little. I'll pull out the thing. God, I hate my sister. Miserable wench.
So you're all making your way towards the inn?
Yes. If anyone asks where the stone's banner,
Stone's Banner. We've been adventuring for a month, maybe?
something like
What?
that. Yes.
Do you people not know how to improv? Just come up with it as we go.
I
Yes.
just worried that.
I just like to be prepared to
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm getting into.
I would think one of the Zuko would know better about working in a unit.
Ah, fuck them. And they will just continue walking.
I worry whatever's happening back home may be influencing here, and it'd be better to maintain a solid story.
Also, I would say that looking around at, I look at around at the four of us. We're fairly recognizably of the noble houses of Stoneheart, wouldn't you say?
Our garb
Anyone
is
that
a
can-
little bit more highbrow than most.
But the question is, how many of the locals of Nerve are going to know the nobles of Stoneheart?
Let's find out.
What do the nobles of the Vale look like? Anyone? Anyone?
Do I know what the nobles of Nerve look like?
The veil.
Not
The Vale,
Nerve,
sorry.
The Vale. Like,
Vale.
Just...
Go ahead and roll me a wow, I was about to say knowledge royalty.
History?
Go ahead and roll me just a straight up. Let me look at the skills.
I mean, history, maybe.
I guess history would be.
I'm also trying to show up a day right now.
19.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
24,
Yenna,
baby.
Yenna's showing all of us up. Ha! This map looks interesting.
So, your father, the piece of shit that he was a pretty savage businessman, and he had contacts from the Vale, especially high elven contacts who from material who would come regularly. You don't exactly know what their business relation was, but you recognize them.
High elven garb, very flowy, straight lines, clean, almost efficient in a lot of ways.
See, exactly my point, and no one even knows as much as that one does.
Okay. Well, I mean, at worst, I can always disguise myself.
I think you're worrying a bit too much. At worst, we get deported from Nerve.
To,
Yes, that's certainly the worst thing that could happen to us.
Well, if you want to be technical, the worst thing that could happen would be the sky opening up and a meteor falling down on top of all of us.
I
But
mean, I was already swallowed by the sea once today.
I'm just talking on a scale of probability.
sure.
Again, I was already swallowed by the sea once today.
You know, Yenna, I'm glad to find that you're funny.
I think no one's ever mentioned that I had a sense of humor before.
Will we use our regular names, or should we use different ones?
Just don't mention our last names and we should be fine, I suppose.
Definitely stealing Tobe's name.
I'm gonna borrow Connie's name.
You're all weird.
So,
What can I
Again,
say?
we'll push open the door to this inn.
Yeah, let's get some
Alright.
grub.
well, go ahead and move yourselves inside.
I only. Oh, here we go.
I don't know where the inside is.
Right
yeah,
here.
where is it? Oh.
Hold on. That's right.
Ow! It's here.
Well, you can enter that way too. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, here, I can group you so you can when you.
Oh, I
move.
can't see anything, by the way.
Well,
there
when
we
you
go.
cross the threshold.
Now I see it. Okay. I'm grouping my Healy and me, by the way.
That's what I
so.
was getting ready to do, but you got.
Oh yeah, I've already done it.
All right. All right, and so you walk inside, and it's a warm, cozy little bar. A bunch of patrons are in there, pretty much minding their own business, drinking. Some getting a little rowdier than others. And as you all walk in, the bartender, who is a middle-aged halfling, jumps up on a box and goes, "Hi, everybody, welcome to the family inn. Glad to have you. What can I get for you?"
I want to confirm that Healy's in snake form right now.
Mhm.
Cool.
Hello. My name is Connie, and these are my friends. We were looking, hopefully, for a place to stay and a bite to eat.
I can do that for you. I can do that. Okay. So for the night, if you don't mind, it's 5 silver pieces.
For all of us together, or okay, I will.
There's a surcharge for the pet. I hope you don't mind, but we have to make sure that just in case any
Oh,
calls.
Absolutely fine. Absolutely
cool.
fine. Of course, of course.
Well, I will pull out a gold and slide it. It's 10 silver to 1 gold, or is it 100 silver to 1 gold?
It's 10. 10.
And one.
Mhm.
Cool. I will push over a piece of gold.
Oh, okay. And you see that she starts to get your change ready.
A hot meal and some beer.
That'll be an additional 2 silver. Would you like that taken up?
Yeah, you just detract it from the gold.
Just
Okay.
just to keep the rest of that.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I've got some nice lamb stew cooking, and I'll have that ready for you all in just a minute. And if you can stand to wait just a little bit longer for your stew, then I've got some nice warm bread I just cooked up, and we got fruits. We've got a bunch of dried fruits, a bunch of fresh fruits. We got nuts. We've got the finest dwarven ale you could ask for, or if you're looking for some elvish wine, we've got that as well. And we've got some hard teas straight from Tigfrick. So we've got whatever you need. We're right next to the port, so we get all sorts of imports. You fine folks don't look like you're from around here. Where are you from, if you don't mind my asking? I can maybe cook up something a little bit closer to home.
I'd like to insight check, please.
Sure. And you're muted.
I have a question while she does that, Noir. I would like to know, as he's listing off all of these foods, do any of them sound at all appetizing to me?
No. It's just like somebody pointing
Wow.
out, going, here's a thing, there's a thing, there's a thing, there's a thing. Arabella, she's just the sweetest old, regular old halfling you've ever met in your life.
Oh, that's so lovely. Well, we're just gonna take a seat somewhere over there. Are there rooms upstairs, or?
Got rooms upstairs if you like a little bit of a view, and we've got some rooms in the basement. It's a little dungy and grungy, but they're bigger than the ones upstairs.
We'll take the ones upstairs, if you
Okay.
don't mind. We'd love to see the sights.
Oh, this inn has a nice view of the ocean. You'll be able to take it in and be lulled to sleep by the waves.
We don't mind bunking either.
Oh, go
With
ahead.
each other, you understand, not with anyone else.
Oh, I understand. So, how many rooms will you be needing? Are you
3,
together?
2. We're a traveling party. We're We're
adventurers. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. Yes. Well, I can. I've got a room with 4 bunks. If you all want to sleep together,
That could work.
that would work.
it's a little cramped, but it gets the job done.
It's okay. It's all the fun of adventuring, you know. Spending time with friends in a lovely inn with a beautiful view.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Ian is going to find a corner, like a table, and
Okay.
pull up and have a seat.
okay.
Go ahead and
Thank
move yourself
you.
to your seat.
We'll go over here to this
Okay.
corner.
And what about the rest of you?
Shosha is accompanying Yenna. And I thought I brought Healy with me.
Don't worry, I got it.
I got it.
Okay. And
The
a
day
day.
is following Arabella.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to end the conversation with her politely.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, well, is it just any room upstairs? Is there a key that we need?
I'll
Or.
bring you your key with your food.
Oh, thank you so much. What was your name again?
Oh, my name is Montreal.
Montreal. Okay, thank you so much. I'm gonna go sit at the table with my friends now.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
and just gonna hop and skip on over to the table with everyone else. Is it a corner table?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like.
I'd like to face the room if I can.
Okay, I'll make a note of that. Boop, 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 boop,
The
boop,
day
boop.
will also sit down at the table.
Okay, gotcha. Does anyone in the party happen to speak Thieves' Cant? Okay.
Hmm.
So you're all just sitting waiting for your food.
I'd
Do
like
you
to
wanna-
bounce.
Do you want to know something funny, Noir? I looked at my languages. Turns out I do speak Draconic, and I forgot.
You foolish fool. Noir, I wanna kinda, with my helm of telepathy, sort of like ping around the bar. See if I get anything catches my eye. Ears, brain.
So you just go in people's heads then.
I don't respond. What direction did that come from?
You can't really. It's all psychic.
Yeah, true.
If it's a helm of telepathy, it works like the detect thought spell. It just gives you the surface thoughts. They don't know unless you probe.
I know. So the fact that someone calls back
Can actually call you out on it is a little bit. Okay.
Can I perception check the room?
Sure.
I just like to get an idea of new environments.
So the minds of other people is an environment that you feel that you have the right to get to know.
I wasn't doing any deep probing, friend, just checking to see the general feel of the room.
Can you tell me which thoughts of yours are free for the public to consume?
I'm an open book, friend. Take a look.
Okay, go ahead and make me a wisdom save.
Dope. About 17.
Let me actually pull him up because I'm not sure that beat it.
So you're not activating your Ring of Mind shielding?
Nope.
And that's how we TPK'd everybody.
And that's how the entire bar killed a day.
Nighttime. The day's not a factor anymore.
And that, kids, is how I met your mother.
No, it's 19. So you do feel someone. Well, you've had quite a day.
Tell me about it. Would you like to come over for a drink, or are we going to keep this a distant conversation?
I can tell that you are a clever man. You should be able to figure out who I am. And anytime you want me out, you've got that fancy ring on your finger.
I do. Question is, why would I want to shove out my new friend?
You are certainly not from here.
I think that is pretty obvious. It's part of my plan. Drawing attention.
Salt the stew. It's a little bland. And right when he says that, Ma comes up with bowls of the stew for all of you. I didn't get everyone's drink. I mean, I didn't get everyone's order. Did you all just want ale?
Just water.
Oh,
Just water is
just water.
fine.
An ale for me would be wonderful.
An ale? For you? If she looks at Shosha.
I'll just have water as well.
And you?
Day will sign for a beer, but will not speak.
If she just bounces back.
I perception check the room. I just like
Absolutely. Go ahead
Vibe
and
check.
do a perception check. What are you looking for?
I just want to peruse the people there. Is anyone paying too close attention to us? Like any kind of shifty characters? You know, we're in a new environment. We're kind of sticking out like sore thumbs.
I thought this was going to be a shorter episode, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun. So we're doing it live. No, let's see. 21. Okay, that's pretty good. Let me actually see how a few individuals are doing.
Did she bring the key with the meal?
Yep. Okay. That's for you. And then we move. Okay. So, person over here is just having a bad day. They are drinking away their problems, and it's pretty obvious that that's what's going on. The person here is sitting, and you see them constantly gazing at the door. Then their heads back down, and then back towards the door. These two are having a lively conversation, or at least this guy is. This one is just there for the ride. This person is clearly trying to overhear the conversation that these two are having. This person is sitting pretty much in the dark, drinking and playing with a set of cards by himself, and you are not able to really see this person too well.
When she brings the stew, Shush will grab her bowl,
Mhm.
pull out a little vial from her pouch,
Mhm.
take out the stopper, and drop in a few drops. And then she'll look to a day and she'll say, "You might actually enjoy this now. Would you like to try?"
Ade will sort of squint, confused, tilt the head.
Let's say it's a family secret.
I think your
I'll-
friend is trying to poison you.
And I'll allow Shosha to add it to the
I'll drop in
soup.
3 drops of I believe it's my special poison.
Mhm.
And I will respond to the voice and say, some people like salt, some people like chili flakes. And I will try the soup.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a Constitution check with advantage.
Dope. Con check.
You really only need to
That's a
beat
save.
5.
Saving throw?
It is not possible for me to get less than 5.
Okay, then you're good. It tastes actually pretty good.
Can't hear
It's
you, babe.
possible.
What's up?
Can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I was saying it's actually pretty good, and you hear the sound of. Yes, that's definitely from Stoneheart.
Are you the one, like, while without, like, breaking stride, are you the one, standing over in the corner with the guards?
That'd be a little cliche, don't you think?
True. Possibly the loudmouth. While Ade is talking, I would like the lady in my ring to be walking around looking for the, like, obviously she's, not like an actual spirit. She's
Mhm.
more an apparition kind of deal. But I want her to be hearing the conversation as well and helping me pick out who she thinks it might be.
Okay.
But yes, Stoneheart is an educated guess, to say the least. Where do you hail from? Nevaean. Can't really tell with the accent.
It's funny when one speaks with the voice they have in their mind. Do they really carry an accent?
Depends on how core that accent is to who they are.
Never thought I'd see a Zuko walking with a Sakurai.
Like I said, it's been a long day.
And a chestnut?
Perhaps the last of them, if you can believe it.
That can't be Yenna. She's blonde.
I think the white works, though. Don't you think?
Do you think they would mind if I were to peruse their thoughts? I mean, you didn't really ask if you could peruse mine.
Extremely so. I do think that they would mind. That doesn't mean you shouldn't give it a try, though. I mean, go for it. That's the worst that could happen. And I will shut him out of my mind with the Ring of Mind Shielding.
I remember when I thought that trinket kept me safe.
And I will continue to eat the soup.
Excuse me? What the fuck? Besides the point, can I insight check the woman in the table table who keeps checking the door. That's what I wanted to do before this guy's like, oh, a chestnut. Oh,
Sure, absolutely.
thanks.
What? You hit a Michael Jackson note.
Oh, you think that's a Michael Jackson? No.
Okay.
28.
The person they're clearly planning something shady. This isn't like a I'm waiting for my date. It's more like a I'm waiting for my accomplice.
Okay. That's it. That's all I wanted to
Ade
do.
will sign over to Arabella's sitting on the edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Arabella also needs to make me a wisdom save.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'll sign over to Arabella to have her scoot so that there is more room to sit. And Ade's just eating the stew and is like, it is. There's no more responding to the voice. He's just waiting for him to come over here now. Waiting for the
19.
person to come over.
I'll scooch over, make room.
And
Meet
Shosh will
it,
say, well,
meet it, beat it. You feel an overwhelming. This is potent magic trying to just walk in your head, and it takes in fact, you squint a little bit. You're like, yeah. And in your head, a day you hear, your friend is impressive.
They all are. Actually, I've come to realize that I might be the least impressive one here.
What were you gonna say, Arabella?
Shosha.
I just asked today, what do you think?
It's actually. Oh wait, I forgot where we were. A day will sign that it's surprisingly good.
Now you can dine at any of my family's tables. Congratulations, you're in for a treat.
And just continue eating.
Make me a wisdom save.
Did anyone feel that?
Feel what?
Jesus.
Feel what, bitch? New character sheet, who dis?
I will say that with that, not only do you reject who it was, but you see Montreal shake like
Shady little, shady, sneaky Oh, hold on. What kind of halfling is she?
Darby, the oscillation of your reaction is everything that I could ever hope.
And I'll look at Montreal.
she comes with the bread. And here's the bread. I got it fresh out of the oven. I hope you all enjoy. And her
It was a
eyes
nice
linger on
trick.
Yenna.
It was a nice trick. But I prefer direct conversation. I'll grab the bread.
That
I'll
was
break
you?
it and I'll dip it in the stew. Could use more salt.
Here's from the blend.
A day will say, in response, assuming that the voice can still hear him, goes, "Oh wow, I was way off." But I would like to know where. Sorry to cut you off, but how close was she? How close was the lady in my ring as she was like sort
off.
of waltzing about?
You're
Completely
kind
off.
of.
Oh, she was completely off.
Oh, okay.
I rolled for it. She rolled a 2.
Not
That
that
was you?
I mind being kept completely in the dark sometimes, but what is going on?
Is our halfling friend perhaps a ghostwise halfling?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is there a way I can roll to figure out the specific lineage of the halfling we spoke to.
I mean, you could go ahead and roll a history check, I guess. Well, no, this will be more of a perception to see if you can see that on her.
Or would it be insight?
Perception. I said what I said.
22.
Okay. Yes.
Be a little nicer if you asked before going through someone's mind. Don't you think?
I simply returned the courtesy that my guest. I simply follow the example that my guests set for me when they walk into my establishment.
I'm gonna stare at a day.
Stare at a day.
And a day will tip the bowl upside down and then belch as loudly as possible, not giving a third of a fuck.
You give a U and no other letter.
Exactly.
So, you're looking for the harsh verdict. And that is where we're going to end our session for today.
D, remember earlier you asked me what did I do? Now you know what you did. It was anger in advance.
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
Oh, I'm just gonna let this strange voice take through my memories for the past day.
I hope you know that there's a storm coming from Vienna for you. So you know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, you got 3
Just so you know.
women over here.
Yeah.
There's a
The
couple
three
things that a day
casters
did this
coming after
episode.
you.
There's a couple things that a day did this episode that are like Yenna's like
I didn't do anything.
I'm tearing us apart, Lisa.
A day's not acting strange at all. What are you guys talking
So
about?
that was session 0. We got ourselves set up for season 1 of the KingsGuard. And because, of course, The Lonely Throne was the prequel to this campaign. Our heroes have now recovered from being sworn into the KingsGuard, and now they have to acquire a vessel in order to search for the king. Thank you very much for watching. I've had a blast. I am your GM, Noir. Thank you for coming to my channel. Shout out to Team Cypher, gang, gang, gang. But again, we're gonna put the spotlight where it belongs, and that's on my lovely, lovely players. So with that, let's start off with Shosha. Hey, how you doing?
I was doing better. You know what? I was on a high because Healy came back, and now, yeah. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, D. Anyway,
I'm vibing.
Anyway, my name is Harper. You can find me on Twitter at HarperSonaGames or as HarperSona pretty much anywhere else. I am a TTRPG nerd and podcaster. You can hear the podcast that the lovely Darby and I are in. That is Chaotic Creations, where we make weird and wacky TTRPG characters from scratch. That is, you can find us at Chaotic Pod. Also, this is coming out in the new year, right, Noir?
mm-hmm.
Yep. This should be out in January.
Well, then, hey, I also co-host the podcast Tortall, y'all, where the lovely Alicia and I are reading through the Tortall books by Tamora Pierce, one chapter at a time. You can find that at Tortall_y'all on Twitter or at or as Tortall y'all, assuming we've done it right on any podcasting platform. So come check me out there.
And that reminds me, I need to go buy all those books because I want to follow along with that podcast.
And maybe come on as a guest. What?
All you ever have to do is ask me, and you know you got me. All right. So if that is all, then we're going to hand the baton right on over to your partner in crime and the one, the only Lolly Terminator. Hey, Arabella, how you feel?
Great! I'm smiling, but I'm fucking furious.
What do you have to be mad about? Everything's working out. You got your family back? For the
That
most
I may have indirectly put into danger by trying to contact and make sure they were okay and extract more information as to what happened. But I'm totally fine. It's totally fine. It's totally okay.
Vibing.
Vibing. We're vibing. We're vibing. We're vibing. We're simply vibing. I've been Arabella Chestnut. But you can find me as @DarbyPack on Twitter. You can find me in Chaotic Creations with Harper. And you can catch me on Wednesdays on the Critical Misses channel playing a vampire named Minerva.
Well, yeah.
Okay. So moving on down the road, we've got the lovely, the the very worldly Yenna. You had a conversation with the world. That's why I called you worldly. See what I did there? Pun. All right, so what's up?
Hi, I'm Anita or Panita or Critical Misses. You can find me everywhere, Panita or Critical Misses. I am a TTRPG streamer on Twitch, so you can find me at the Critical Misses channel pretty much any day because that's where I live. But you can find me there most times. You can find me here most other times as Yenna Stein. Darby, Harper, you're going to be on the channel with Chaotic Creations as well, as both of you are going to be on System Crash, our newly rebranded System Shock sort of reboot. So yeah, that's another place where you can find them. These two. Because that's where they are in the overlay. And yeah, that's pretty much me.
All
I'll
right.
throw it over to D.
And now the star of the hour and everybody's favorite person right now. Day. How you feel, bud?
I don't know why everyone's so mad. A day's having a great time.
And only a day.
Yep. Hi, I'm D. I do all sorts of things on the internet. I am a voice actor, musician, professional GM for the Emerald City Gaming Guild. I play Julian in Woodsy Studios' Crimson Spires, available on Steam. I'm the creative lead over on the Critical Misses channel, so you can find me there on Tuesdays, where I play Tucker Green in Second City Saviors, a Masks game that is coming back for the new year. We're so excited to get back to superheroes. I also DM a game of Vampire the Masquerade Under the Pale Cold Sun every Wednesday on Critical Misses. And I am also one of the lead four hosts of The Kids Table, which is a Let's Play channel or Let's Play endeavor that happens over on my channel, twitch.tv/itsDeridla. You can also find the lovely Darby Pack, the wonderful Harper, and also our lovely Husha kid, AJ, is a part of the Kids Table as well. So come join us for shenanigans and multiplayer co-op games and just screaming, mostly. So yeah, that's me. Hi. I make good choices. How I feel in games.
Clearly.
I gotta tell you, it feels so good to end the episode without being the one that everybody wants to murder. Like,
So
The heat's off of you for tonight. Come on.
hey,
Only because you brought
remember-
back Healy.
You remember when a day was like, what if I just like let myself die in this sand pit? And then 20 minutes
Yeah.
later, his most trusted advisor was revealed to have ill intent towards both him and everything that he stood for. And you know how after all of that, he was like, I'm fine. What are you talking
He's
about?
not
Yeah,
fine,
you're
y'all.
not fine.
Yeah.
What are you
I
doing?
edit that now.
We're gonna talk.
Oh yeah, we're
Are
gonna
we
have
gonna talk?
Oh, we've
Yeah.
got
Is
a
a
4
day
month
gonna
room
talk?
all to
Oh
ourselves.
no, not
Exactly.
Shosha in a day. Harper and D are gonna talk.
oh shit! Oh shit! You know,
That's
fucked
how
up.
I know I've made good choices.
Well, again, this has been the session 0. We're just setting the plate for our campaign, the KingsGuard. I am so terribly excited to bring this new story to you and to be able to talk about more things in this story. I mean, they have to find the king, a person rather, of sea and stars. So, very excited to see that play out. Very excited to see if you all uncover the long lost harsh verdict, a legendary ship.
Being
and-
guarded by a white witch?
Maybe.
Also an immortal crew? Question mark.
Saint Cuthbert?
These are all things you might need to look into, and hopefully
we're
you'll
stopping
join
by a
us
library.
as they do that. Thank you very much for watching. Again, this is not possible without you. If you want to support me and continue to support these stories, I do have a coffee, I do have a Patreon, and I have a merch store. So check that out. But until then, that's the story, and we move forward for the king. Good night, everybody.
King.